All right. Good morning, everybody. Joe Van Doren here, and welcome to our Virtues Pick for today. It's a beautiful day in Tennessee, and I will just say that we have a great word for today because it really helps us to appreciate living our purpose. And that word that we have today is zeal. So let's read the description for zeal first. Somehow I didn't get all my setup here done exactly right, but let's do our best. Zeal is passion for a purpose we deeply value. We follow a vision of what is possible with enthusiasm and ardor. When we are zealous, we give our all. Zeal is fueled by our belief and faith. We do all that we can to serve a cause we believe to be real and true. We need tolerance as the ballast for our zeal when others' beliefs differ from our own. Zeal is the fire in our belly. It illumines even the smallest task with joy. So don't you just love that word? I just love that description and that virtue. And if anything is really important, I think it's knowing what your purpose is. And that's what our first C in the 4 C's of successful families is all about. And that's clarity, knowing exactly what it is that you're for. Because zeal is something that's important. I think it helps us to complete our mission, to complete our vision, our purpose in life, both individually and as family and as groups. But zeal is never good when it's only against something. It's only a value when it's for something and when we're living for that thing, whatever it might be. And so, when we see individuals who are always fighting against something, it's great that there's the contrast so that we can know what we want, but how much better it would be if we could all fight for what we want. And what we want might be peace, it might be serenity, it might be any number of things, whatever your purpose might be. I know for myself, my purpose is to help parents and teachers bring out the best in the children that they have under their wings. That they're mentoring or that they're have influence over. And I believe that the way to do that is number one, for parents to be very clear about what they believe. And that because that gives a good foundation for our kids. And then secondly, to be able to communicate that in a way that's not done out of fear, but is done out of love. That's not done out of putting someone down for not doing something the way you thought it should be done, but for acknowledging them for the virtues inside of them, for acknowledging and recognizing their skills and talents and the things that they bring, that they bring to the earth and that they bring to our life and to the place that we are today. And then finally, and next is being consistent with those things. And that's what the 4 C's is about, being consistent. Not today we're for one thing and then tomorrow it's something different, but being very consistent not only in what we believe, but also in the rituals that we have, the routines that we have. All that kind of consistency gives security and makes a child feel safe and helps them to develop their own unique selves in their own virtues. And of course, community is all about bringing together those people that and those individuals that we can not only trust our children with, but so that we know that we're in a community that holds the same sort of values and that values the virtues as much as we do. So that's what the 4 C's is all about, and how we get there is a very interesting process. If you want to know more about it, I'm happy to share that with you. And soon we'll have I'm hoping to have a book and a course on just exactly how to come to those conclusions. But today we're talking about zeal. And I think one of the most important sentences in this description is that we need tolerance as the ballast for our zeal. I think that's an interesting way of putting it. I've always talked about all the virtues being overdeveloped or underdeveloped, that they're being, that we have we have so much zeal that we can't see other people's points of view, then that's not any good, right? Or if we have so much zeal that we act out in a violent way, that's not any good, because others have different beliefs, and our respect for their beliefs, our respect for the dignity that they have as a human, for their nobility, all, no matter what our beliefs might be, we must respect what others believe. We must respect others as humans. We must respect others as individuals with all of the virtues inside of them already. And when we look for those virtues, it really helps to be the ballast for that zeal, right? When we look for those virtues, because even when someone is operating on a level that maybe we don't agree with, we can still see the virtues that they have, even though they might be overdeveloped, right? And we all have them, right? Let's just be real about this. We all have virtues that are overdeveloped, and we have some that are underdeveloped, and we have some that are in balance. And so our goal in everything that we do in bringing a virtue on a daily basis to the public eye is to help individuals to just focus on what their virtues are, what the virtues are of those around them, and help them focus on the idea of what can I do to continue to develop this in a balanced way. And that whole balance is really what, good morning, what life is all about. Someone just walked by, so you have to say good morning, right? So that's what I'm thinking about in regard to zeal today. I think everyone knows what my passion is, and I'm always ready to talk about it, to help anyone that wants to develop their virtues or develop the virtues in their children more fully. Well, how do we develop zeal in a child? Well, I think first the first thing is not forcing on them something that we believe that they should be doing. I always give the example of my own children, and we have 4 between Karen and I will just tell you that they're all different, right? And they all have different skills and different talents, and when we try to make, I remember we have our second oldest was, the second. Let me think about that. Third oldest was very much into sports and always wanting to do things like that. And the second one that we always tried to put into sports just was not interested. But yet he's like one of the most intelligent, most creative persons that I know. And so we can't force our kids to be something that they're not. For them to develop zeal, they have to find their own thing, right? And we can provide opportunities, and that's part of our job as a parent, is to provide those opportunities. But to get so wrapped up in forcing them to do something that's not their thing is just not a good idea. It just doesn't help to support zeal in a balanced way. So I think what you'll find is that later in life, a child who has been forced to do things will become a little bit more rebellious about those kinds of things. So I just encourage everyone to think about zeal from a balanced point of view, and first be very clear, have complete clarity of the things that are most important to you and about what your purpose is, what the purpose of your family is. And there's a question that we have to really consider as families. Why are we a family? What is our purpose? What is it that we want to be known for? And then become zealous about it. All right, everybody, that's my thoughts today about zeal. Keep practicing the virtues and the 4 C's of successful families. And we discussed them a little bit today: clarity, communication, consistency, and community. So until next time, which will be tomorrow morning, we'll see you, and keep practicing those virtues. Bye.